Hey guys, last fan of the night.
Last fan of the night.
What do we have here, your metalness?
This is number 2 of the Lynn-Aire CECs.
Technically, we could say number 3 because we have that other one that we tested some months ago.
Oh yeah, but this is a different haul.
It is a different haul, that's true.
So I'm thinking number 2 of the haul.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just debating on the YouTube video. Sometimes when there's a number of fans, I'll put like 1 of 2, 2 of 2 on the thing. Right. I'm debating whether to count them as like all. I think I might just do all of them. Like this might be number 3 on the video. But it doesn't matter. Anyhow, what is it again, your metalness?
A CEC Lynn-Aire by CEC.
Yep. And it's a cast motor, 4-blade industrial from the 70s. Very uncommon. The 3-blade version is a very important childhood fan of mine that I've yet to find, but yet the 4-blade versions are rarer.
They're rarer, but they're cooler just because.
I agree.
This is one of the few that are 4 curved metal blade.
Yep, you don't see that.
And of course, I mentioned in the previous video, well, we have one up in the loft, a 36-inch. It's a view fan made, codep.
Yep.
So we have that.
True.
And then but my childhood of that is something like this. They were actually view fans, the 56-inch of what we have up in the loft there.
Yep.
Basically at that building that was formerly a
pool
store. And there was 2 of those buildings, a north side and a south side one. South side's on 27th Street, north of Layton.
Okie dokie.
And we know where the north side one is.
Yep, not too far from. It's across from the Destiny Center, isn't it?
Not at all. It's like literally down the street.
Okay, I must be mixing up my blocks. It's across from something. I couldn't remember.
It was actually across. There used to be a mini golf place called Johnson Park.
Okay.
But
okay, well let's see how this one does. Last one was small inrush. Let's see what this one is.
Yeah. I'll plug it in.
Oh yeah, well this work better if you plug it in. That's true.
Yeah, I unplugged it.
You know what else works better?
What?
Crunch.
Okay.
Well, this one is considerably more power drawing than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if there's a capacitor difference. We'll have to see if it performs different, and then we can also check the capacitor in the other one. I don't remember what...
Interesting.
That is a lot more. Voltage is the same.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'll have to go back and check my videos for what the other one we tested drew to see. That's going to be worth exploring to see. Maybe we do need to put another new capacitor in one of them.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's that much faster, though.
No. Wattage
is 125, so it's slightly under. It's a power factor of 0.88. Let's measure it and see. Well, that's going to be interesting. I will when I go home tonight. I'll check the other one, and we'll see. Because it's one of them. The capacitor is not, unless they're just like it's like Union, where the motors were just all wound different. You know, that could be the case too.
From each other.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 1108.
So that's 277. So it's faster than the other one, but not a lot faster than the other one. Not double the current draw faster. That's crazy. Well, one of them, something's up with one of them. We'll find out the more we test, and we'll maybe test some capacitors too.
Yeah.
I don't even know what value they're supposed to be, so hopefully we can read them.
Mm-hmm.
Good God, is it freezing with that thing going?
I got a 610.
So that is 10,400 CFM. So it's more than the other one, but again, not crazy more.
Right.
So it's interesting that the current draws that much more. It makes me wonder if this is the one with the failed capacitor and not the other one. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will.
Okay.
Spin down. In the meantime, we'll test this one as is, and whichever one is determined to have a bad capacitor, if there is even one with a bad capacitor, we can always test that one again.
Mm-hmm.
This one, by the way, is the best shape out of all of them. The bearings didn't need anything. The paint needed very little touch-up.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best shape out of all of them, whereas the first one did need a little bearing TLC. There's one more that the bearings are just needed a little bit of TLC, and then there's two. There's one that's just in horrid shape, and we'll see if that one, can be saved. And then there's another one that needs some more TLC, but it's still definitely salvageable. There's one that's like, I must have seen some water damage because the bearings are like screechingly loud, and the motor's got some like surface rust on it. Yeah. That's the roughest one by far. I wonder if that was the one that was in the back room, or if that's just coincidence. The back room one was not by the door, so it wouldn't be that one anymore. That one wouldn't be any more likely to have water damage than the others. Probably just a roof leak over one of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty common in those steel buildings. Mm-hmm. Just like, for that matter, this steel building, there's a few roof leaks in here. Yeah. We try to get them all, but it happens. So the last one started on 2. You think this one's going to start on 2?
I'm going to go for that and see.
I'll say 3. The higher current draw means it should start a little higher.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Good spin down.
Oh, I didn't even notice it until now. It looks like the blades could use a little touch-up paint, too. There's like a little, or something, like a broom or something in it. You see it?
Yeah, I do.
I didn't notice that until now. But again, before we install these somewhere, that'll be easy to do.
Yeah.
Huh, how could a spin down on this one?
Yeah.
You know what else? Crunch, 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 crunch.
Well, we're up for that now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a good spin down.
Yep.
Let's try it. 1, 2. No. 3.
Fudged. Is it still moving? No.
4. I think that should go.
Oh, 4 is definitely going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are interesting. They're all, I don't know what to make. But again, these are from the 70s when quality control was shit. So it's entirely possible that both capacitors are good, and that's just the motors are wound differently. Because, we find that with unions all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And CEC was even worse than union. Mm-hmm. That's why TAT became the preferred importer after a certain amount of time, because they were the ones that were most consistent in their quality. Mm-hmm. Okay.
5. Okay, and 6.
Where's the? Oh, this. I was gonna take a picture of this. Show Tommy.
And
I'll do that after
7.
the video. I wonder what happens after 7. I'm concerned. There's things that could happen that are very dangerous.
Okay. Well, here it comes.
Oh dear.
8.
Does it? Does it come? All this time, I thought it was coming. Crunch, 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 crunch.
And look, we got, this is 8 right here with this one.
Good, yeah, this one works well with 8.
Yeah, this is a crunch fan, maybe.
Possibly.
What was the final current draw on high?
It was like 1.2. It was insanely high.
Okay. This is 8. 9. 10. Okay. 11.
I wonder what could happen after 11.
12.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Crunch, 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 crunch. And you know what else?
What?
Crunch, 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 crunch. That's not a bad medium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are really cool fans, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
13.
We talked about possibly if we get 4 good ones, putting them in the bay.
Yeah.
Would you use these down rods that they came with, or would you put slightly longer down rods on them?
I think this would work.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It seems pretty short is why I'm asking.
Well, I kind of prefer that.
Okay. It's a lot shorter than what's on the gold lines.
Right. I know,
But as long as you're fine with it.
Yes, because
Makes it easier to maneuver the ladders under them.
that is true, yes. Okay, and that's 13, 14, 15, 'Maybe they replaced it with the wrong value.
That also could be. They all looked original, though, and none of them looked like the capacitor had been messed with. But you never know.
Here is 16. 17. 18. 19. And 20.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Crunch, 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 crunch. That's flying. Still a ways under, though.
All right. Well,
I think you want to go ahead and switch it to like 25 or something, see what it does.
yeah.
Hit the high switch just to be sure. I think that's still under. Oh, yeah, still under.
It's 26. 28.
Right around it. Go 30.
30.
Hit the high switch. 30's over by a little bit. So what's interesting is that this one goes over and the other one doesn't, which makes me think that the capacitor is failing on this one, not the other one, because usually if what, well, I don't know. I don't want to make too many guesses, but it's curious that they're both performing so differently.
Yeah.
You know.
It's also weird how a capacitor fails and yet it's going faster.
Well, if the capacitor fails up instead of down, you know, like let's say it's supposed to be a 10 microfarad.
Yeah.
It can fail 4 different ways. Mm-hmm. It could fail down, which it would be, let's say it'd be 5 instead. It could fail up, in which case it would be 20 or 30 instead. It could fail open, which is like it's disconnected.
Yeah.
Or it could fail closed, which is like it was shorted. Mm-hmm. And those are all different ways that it could fail, and in each of those circumstances, the motor is going to behave differently. And if it fails high, then the motor might run faster and draw more current than it's supposed to. Because the purpose of the capacitor is to make sure that each coil in the motor gets equal, current. Mm-hmm. But if the capacitor is too low, then one coil gets less current, and then if the capacitor is too high, that coil gets too much. Mm-hmm. So, did we already do spin down?
Yeah.
So then we can stop it and do... Do you think this one's going to be silent again?
I'm going to guess so.
Okay.
Now, my UFO tat was also drifted up, but it ran slower.
Yeah, that can happen too.
Yeah, that's what happened. I replaced it.
How high was it drifted up, do you know?
Oh, it was over 10.
But I mean, was it like 15 or was it like 200, you know?
Oh, no, it was not 200.
Because it really... Yeah, sometimes they'll drift like high to like an insanely high number.
Not that.
Okay.
But just up a little bit. But maybe 15 at most.
Gotcha.
But
Interesting that made it run slower, but I mean, yeah, motors are all different.
But when I did change it, it had an oil-filled one.
Yeah.
Because I thought these would have too.
Nope.
No? Mine did. My Tats did.
Yeah.
They have oil-filled, but I changed them all to regular ones.
Yeah. Oil-filled are more expensive.
That.
And so that's why the cheaper factories used the plastic ones.
I just use a standard just 'cause
I mean, they're fine for fans, but yeah. The oil-filled ones are usually higher heat. Yeah, this one's silent too.
Just as.
Yep. Like, I can hear a little something from it, but I don't think it's much more than what we heard when it was running on the capacitors.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'll call it silent. These are good runners. Okay, well, how metal are they?
Oh, in the last video I discussed and said this is extreme metal or Death Clock approved.
Do anything for Death Clock, yeah, absolutely. High Menards, the only thing that would be higher for me is if I really want to find the 3-bladed version, but at the same time, the 4-blade's actually rarer and cooler.
Right.
So, what's funny is I saw a ton of the 3-bladed ones for sale when I was younger, and I didn't know what they were because I didn't recognize them from the top of the motor.
Okay.
The pictures for sale were only the top of the motor, and I wish I bought them. They were all in Chicago. These must have been imported through Chicago. So yeah, we're guessing that Rick would be Woodgrain Station Wagon. We really don't know what Jonas is, because Jonas normally likes things that are fancy, but then sometimes he really likes industrials.
Yeah,
You just never know. Well, is that everything?
Yes.
Okay, well, stay tuned for... Well, yeah, we got a message from our sponsors. Let's hear from our sponsors. Sponsors are very important.
Yeah, let's see.
Sponsors: Sandstick, Lightstick, Taco Burrito Mexico, Sperry, the beverage of fan collectors, The Good Manufacturing Company, 81220 LLC, where our motto is
Crunch, 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 crunch.
RickOrSheep.com, a fun game you can play with your friends.
For more information,
go to
RickOrSheep.com.
Power Vacuum. The
Vacuum with more vacuums.
Udong batteries.
When I think of batteries, I think of Udong.
Funding for this series is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
Well, that's it for this video. What? Oh, yes. Baby's making Maxi.
Oh.
Mexican. I forgot about that. Did we miss that in the last video?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, what a shame. Okay. Oh, wait. Who's that at the door?
Oh.
Why, look. It's Metal Jonas. You looking for anything, Metal Jonas?
How about, do you have any Emerson catalog?
We have 5.
Or Newton catalog?
We have 3. Hey, what do you think of House on the Rock, Metal Jonas?
Oh, House on the Rock.
One word.
Incredible.
One word.
Overwhelming.
One word.
Amazing.
Wow. Well, we'll be back on Sunday to work on these CECs some more. Maybe test those. Maybe test some Blender fans and some Ascensions. And what should they do in the meantime, your metalness?
Bye, fans.
And Pedro's, thanks for watching.